No enemy planes will fly over the Reich territory, and they've done 110. Most bomber crews, most of them knew they wasn't going to finish a tour. They knew it, but they still went on. Incredible. I've done 60 bombing trips on Lancasters and Halifaxes. In 1943, when I was flying, the average time for a bomber crew was 5 trips before the night fighter or the flak hit him. The flak itself was horrendous. But the most deadly thing was the night fighter, especially the Ju-88. These two, the Messerschmitt 110 and the Ju-88, was the curse of Bomber Command. Between the pair of them, they destruct and destroyed hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of British bombers. We had no defence whatsoever against these night fighters. They were the curse of Bomber Command. And at one stage they were so successful that we was thinking of stop the bombing of Germany.
While US bombers mass raided Germany by day, RAF Bomber Command pounded it by night.
This is the rear turret. It had 4 303 machine guns. When I was flying in Lancasters in 42, 43, they had taken the perspex out of the rear turret because the oil from the engines was covering the perspex with a smear of oil. So what they decided to take the perspex out of the turret, and I'll tell you what, it was bloody cold. Really, really cold. Well, one of my scariest moments was we'd bombed Munich. On the way back, we'd fly through cloud. We flew through cloud for about 3/4 of an hour, and the cloud broke. And as I was in my rear turret, about 30 yards behind me was a German Ju-88. And as he fired his guns, they went over the top of it. The shells literally just went over the top of our aircraft. I opened fire, the mid-upper opened fire, and down he went. And that was my first claim of a German night fighter. And we was very, very fortunate to get away with that. Usually, when these Ju-88s attacked you, you had no chance at all.
Okay. Thank you for
the
peace that we're living now.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, I should give you a hug.
Now getting a kiss as well. Well, I always think about that.
You're glad you came now,
That's more what I get off of her.
Thank you.
Ta-ra, darling.
Thank you.
English tea. No bloody Dutch tea. You can have canal water. It was 1940. There was a huge blitz on London, and the whole of the city of London was on fire. And I was on where I live was slightly upgrade of a hill, and I had a grandstand view of the actual bombing of London. And it was then I decided that I must do something. I was only 16, it's true, but I decided that I must join the Air Force. This is my first bombing trip. Düsseldorf, Bremen, Wilhelmshaven, Essen, Munich was one of our lucky trips. We got attacked by a Ju-88. They fired at us and missed. I know I was responsible for probably hundreds and hundreds of people being killed. Then again, that was war. A lot of people don't seem to realise at the time Germany was throwing these V2s at London, and many people were being killed there. So that was it. It played on my mind for quite a while, but I had to get on with life. I had to get a living. I had a wife and a kid, and I had to, find a way of make myself fit and start work again, and that's what I've done.
The crews of Bomber Command flew in darkness to names on maps illuminated by the pathfinders to drop their bombs. They flew through walls of flak, waiting to be attacked by an enemy they could not see. Nowhere else over Europe were such desperate air battles fought.
The best thing to do with bomber crews was to forget everything. When the war finished, we was in, actually speaking, we was in disgrace. There's a few MPs said that we were war criminals. We shouldn't have bombed Germany. The Germans were doing it to us, so we only done it to them.
De traditionele Britse kransen die bestaan uit poppies.
Bomber Command really appreciates what the Dutch have done and they still do. And when we go to Dronten every year, the airgunners, it's incredible. I know there's only a few of us left now, probably about 5 or 6 of us this year. But the reception we get is absolutely fantastic. What actually happened, we're going to Dronten for this memorial, which is beautiful, but we haven't got one in England. So we decided 6 years ago to make the effort for a war memorial. But the thing was, believe it or not, we never even got a medal. Bomber Command after war was in disgrace, and we never got a medal, and we still haven't got a medal. And all those boys that died, their relations never received a medal, which I thought was disgusting. For the amount of boys, we lost 56,000 men, and then not one of them received a medal. So when we got back to the RAF club one day, we decided that we must have a memorial for Bomber Command. Skipper, navigator, bomb aimer, flight engineer, wireless operator, mid upper, and me, the rear gunner. This statue, this memorial, is a great asset to our way of thinking. It's, we are more than pleased that we've got our memorial after all these years. Me and my friend went to Auschwitz last year, and I came out a different man. My conscience was clear of all the bombing that I'd done. I'd done 60 bombing trips on Germany, and I was one of the very fortunate ones to survive.
Just want to say thank you for what you did. We do, I know people.
You enjoyed the day out?
Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah.